Handsome Daffy twitches in, and he says, "Can Kyrie fit with Heat culture? Kind of hard to imagine." Well, look, I think it's kind of hard to imagine Kyrie Irving fitting in anywhere. The dude definitely marches to his own beat, but I'll never get this idea of this guy is not Heat culture fitting in. Like, the Miami Heat got Shaq. Shaq was not exactly what everybody would call Heat culture. Guy was getting questioned for being in shape. Definitely being more famous than the team. Like, Shaq was when Shaq got here, Shaq was a bigger icon almost more than the Heat were. Like, that guy was one of the most famous athletes on the planet, and the Miami Heat were still a fairly new franchise. So, the Heat are always going to go and roll with talent, even if you don't think they're actually fit. Like, even when the James Harden thing was going down, and I didn't want James Harden. I never wanted James Harden. But it had nothing to do with James Harden being Heat culture or not. The only reason I didn't want James Harden was because he's a fat bum who's never going to win an NBA championship. It had nothing to do with Heat culture. Nothing to do with Heat culture. Bum. So when you tell me, Kyrie, is he going to be a Heat culture fit? If he has a friendship with Jimmy Butler and he has chemistry with Bam Adebayo and has then I'm more concerned with that than I am Heat culture and Kyrie Irving saging the court every 3 weeks. That's just what he's going to do. He's going to do his own thing. Good for him. But, that to me is not an issue. He's not going to be a fit for Heat culture. Dude, they gave long-term deals to Hassan Whiteside and Dion Waiters. Like, let's chill a little bit with, is this guy a fit for Heat culture? Usually, this is what I always say. Usually everybody's fit for Heat culture for at least a couple of seasons. They can get anybody to buy in. If Kyrie,
Michael Beasley behaving for a little bit too.
But yeah, they did. Yeah. Would you ever think a team like that would draft Michael Beasley being all like Riley left the team to go scout. And he's like, you know what? After all this scouting, I figured that I'm going to go with Michael Beasley, so I just think you guys got to be
during the draft, or like usually 1 through about 4 or 5 are pretty much predetermined, regardless of who the teams are.
Pretty much, but that was a really good draft. And that was really like, if you looked at like the top 7, like he is by far the biggest whiff on there. That was the Russell Westbrook.
At the time, we were wondering whether he was the first pick.
I know, dude. He was a beast. I know. I can't believe he didn't work out. I feel like he would have worked out in today's NBA. I do.
Yep. Go out there and get buckets.
Yep.
He would come off the bench like Tyler Hero. Go ahead. Don't worry. Just do you.
But the Kyrie Irving thing is hilarious. Like, he's basically, it seems like, holding the Nets holding Kevin Durant over the Nets to get his extension because they don't want to give him an extension. They dealt with all this uncertainty with him. I feel like they probably look and they're like, dude, we've paid you a lot of money to not play basketball over the last 3 years. And they're feeling a little queasy about giving him whatever max extension he's looking for. And so basically Woj is saying like, well, he's basically telling him like, if you guys don't pay me, Kevin Durant's going to request a trade from you guys.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
Is Kevin Durant in on this?
I think he is. I guess. I don't know.
Because that would be, if somebody did that to me, it was like, wow, I think I underestimated our friendship or overestimated.
I'll look right now and see if Kevin Durant has liked anything on Twitter about this.
Boots on the gram.
Let's see. Boots on the tweets. I do not see him commenting on it thus far. So,
Now, if you're Miami, do you wait for the first domino to fall? Like wait for LA to make a move for Kyrie and KD to request a trade? Or do you just...
Oh, you ain't got money for all that. What are you doing?
We can't get KD?
So, like, you're asking if... Woj is saying this. He's saying there are people who are waiting on the KD domino to fall. They're already getting trade packages together for Kevin Durant. That is an interesting question. I don't know. Like, because he says that the biggest threat to getting Kyrie Irving is the Lakers, which
is hilarious in itself.
I don't really understand. Like, I don't know how that's going to happen without them trading Russell Westbrook, who nobody seems to want. Like, I saw that the Pacers recently turned down to Russell Westbrook. Like, if the Pacers are saying, you know what, think we're good on Russell. Like, who is Russell Westbrook going to end up with?
What you do is that the reason why they're going to the Pacers is because the Pacers are setting themselves up for the following year when that contract is up. And then that money's off the books.
Yeah, but like, who are they going to get? Like, who? And with that cap space, they're going to lure in who? They're the Pacers.
No, but that's who you go to. You don't go to the really, really good teams. You go to the teams that are looking a year or two ahead and want that relief.
I just think this is all going to be very fascinating tonight because you had a trade yesterday. And some Heat fans are getting nutty with this because Jeremy Grant went to the Portland Trail Blazers for, I think they just like the 28th pick or something like that. Yeah, and so now you've had Christian Wood and Jeremy Grant basically go for a couple of late round picks, which is exactly where the Heat sit at 27. Like, well, how come we can't get Christian Wood or Jeremy Grant? Well, I don't know, guys. Maybe this is just me. Maybe Riley's big game hunting. You know, all respect to Christian Wood and Jeremy Grant, a couple looters in a riot. But maybe got.
Wow.
Yes.
Really,
dude. Yes, they are. Come on. They may be. I'm not saying they're not talented, but their biggest seasons have come on crap teams. Like skyrocketed.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Any reason why you had to go crap?
Crap.
Right? Like emphasize crap.
They did though. It's the truth. Like, you know, Jeremy Grant was a nice player for the Nuggets that one year, but then he went to Detroit and like it was crazy skyrocketing. So, you know, good for the Blazers. Cute little move to make Damian Lillard happy. I'm sure he's happy for now. But I'm never gonna go and sit here and say, Riley, how could you miss out on Jeremy Grant? Are you serious? Like, you guys are missing a wink of sleep over Jeremy Grant? Come on. Grow up, Peter Pan.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think the grow up Peter Pan was warranted.
It is, because you want to know
Grow
something.
up, Peter Pan.
Sometimes these Heat fans, they're addicted to the chase. They just want anything. They want action. And I got to tell you something. All action ain't good action.
Wait a minute.
What?
You look, you cannot say that.
What do you mean?
As many whale hunting noises and captain's hats and all this stuff that you done put on, there is no way in hell I'm going to let you sit up in here and tell somebody else.
Oh, but you
just
can't
like the action. You
can't say that I don't do it when it's warranted. You know, you're like, I do it when an orca's an orca. We go whaling. Dude. It's different. It's different when I do it.
It's different when you do it because you always say who you don't want, and those guys end up on the team. So who don't you want?
Who don't I want?
Yeah.
I never want James Harden on my team. Fat bum.
Okay,
that's
a valid one.
Bradley Beal, I've had it up to here with him. I got to be honest with you.
Oof. You were already working the numbers out.
Nah, just like it's enough of his act.
Wait, so 2 days ago you were working the numbers.
Yeah, but then he pulled that whole
You're
stunt.
Leroy.
He's pulling
make it work.
He's pulling that stunt again. I'm done with him. You know?
Really? Which means that Heat fans, get ready. Bradley Beal's coming to town. That's what you do.
Nah,
you put the old reverse jinx on people. So that's why I want to know, who don't you want? And that's the pool of the players that could come here.
I am tired of his act. I'm tired of it.
You used to love you some Bradley Beal.
I did, but you know what? Times have changed. Times have changed. He's look at me, everybody. Tweet this, tweet that, tweet this, tweet that.
I would say this. Game recognized game.
Nah.
It takes one show pony to truly appreciate the show poniness of another fella. That's where you are. That is correct.
Sexy Sauce is saying
correct.
They're
You and Bradley Beal, y'all was chilling in front of the water, licking a salt lick, sharing a salt lick. Oh yeah.
Somebody's saying they're saying Bradley Beal in Boston. Yeah, him and Tatum have a really good relationship. They're both from the Lou, but they would have to give up Jaylen Brown, which honestly,
I gotta tell you, I wouldn't give up Jaylen. The way I've seen the last few games they played, how can you not want Jaylen Brown over Tatum? He was probably more consistent.
Ryan says, I'd rather take Depot on a deal than trade for Beal and give up a load of assets. I know, man. I want to see what's gonna happen with Depot too. I'm curious.
You guys know how I feel. Gotta have him. Gotta have him. I mean, if he played like that at the end of only playing like 20 or 25 games after missing 2 years, what is that going to look like after a full season, a full off season?
And then the other news that happened yesterday, apparently PJ Tucker, everybody wants him and wants to give him but his agent was working overtime yesterday. There's a line. I was reading things like there's a line of teams that are going to pay PJ Tucker into his 40s. I'm like, really? All right. I'll believe it when I see it.
I love me some PJ Tucker, but he looks 37.
Yeah. Well,
like
here's my thing with PJ Tucker. I respect PJ Tucker's code, which is I don't take games off.
Right.
He needs to take some games off during the regular season. He needs to they need to maintenance program
sometimes
a little bit.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Sometimes when you take games off to try to get better, you get stiffer.
Yeah, but then he had remember he had that little break in the playoffs, and he's like, "Oh, it's the best I've felt since December."
Yeah, that was
well, you know what? Maybe not so many. Maybe not play 35 minutes against the Kings.
And then you know what else though? When you play on a team that a whole lot of other guys are missing, that's for me. I knew I was going to start 3 or 4 games a year because Robert's Robert, right?
Yeah, gonna get hurt,
right? And I couldn't not play those 4 games. That's why I was there. So I would end up having to, fight through some stuff because of the moment in time in which I am there. That's why I'm there. And so if you miss those games, you know what? They're like, we don't need you. So I get where PJ's coming from, fighting through a lot of those situations.
Sexy Sauce says I could see Jimmy choking Kyrie out at some point during the season. I don't know, dude. I don't think so. I don't think so. First of all, no, I don't think you choke somebody out that you sing Vanessa Carlton with.
That's from White Chicks, though.
If they're gonna sing that, it is from White Chicks, but they sang it on an airplane when they were on the Olympic team together. I don't think you choke somebody out that you sing Vanessa Carlton with.
Here's the
I think
deal.
them's the rules.
There's been players that guys have that have played with Kyrie that have gotten frustrated, but nobody's ever denied he's a good guy, and they would like to have him on his team, except James Harden.
Also, are we forgetting that Jimmy Butler and the coach nearly came to blows? Worked out okay. Just saying. I don't know. People are getting a little bit crazy.
All of a sudden, a guy who didn't want anything to do with Kyrie is making room for him in his heart. You got a little spot for Kyrie.
Resub says Tyler Hero's played 84 games this year. Kyrie played 103 over the last 3 years, and he's 30. What am I missing? Well, first of all, I truly believe I think that he could pull this off without giving up Tyler Hero because of the situation they're in with this extension.
Well, Tyler Hero would never be a starter if Kyrie comes in.
Oh, sure he would. He'd be starting right next to him. Be great.
What?
Kyrie, Tyler Hero, Bam, PJ, Jimmy. Love it. Boom.
Wait.
Max Strus going to be in Brooklyn.
PJ's not coming back.
Why do you say that?
I don't blame him. Huh?
Why do you say that?
Because why wouldn't you take a 3-year deal and make 60% of what you've made your whole career?
I don't think it's out of the question that he do give him a 3-year deal. I just think that I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I don't know if it's going to be for the full mid-level, but that's where Andy Ellisberg works his what I like to call TM, tax magic. Wink. He lets him know. PJ, you go play for the Clippers at $10 million a year, but you don't got that tax magic like you do down here. Wink. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know.
Threshold.
That's right.
That's right. So $10 million in Cali is about what, 8 million, 7.5 million here.
Yeah, I think that's math. Yeah.
That's real science. I just spitballed it right there.
Yeah, I think that's what he does when he puts up the chart, dude. You ever see Andy Ellisberg puts up the tax chart? I'd love to, dude. Wouldn't you love to just be in the office one day with Andy Ellisberg, just see how he does it? Seems so cool. I bet you he's like just throwing around willy-nilly. Like he's probably got little minion number interns.
Well, it's easy to be. It's not hard to do what Andy Ellisberg does. Let me not, confuse the two. But it's easy to be the guy working in the background that doesn't have to answer questions to every move.
I wish he did answer questions. I like Andy Ellisberg. When we had him on, I thought the guy was a vibe.
Oh, yeah. Like, I tell you what, in all our years going to the Heat, with all the personalities, it was quite shocking, Andy Ellisberg's personality.
He's cool.
Right. It didn't, like, you would never think the way you talk about Andy Ellisberg sitting in a dark room, crunching numbers and all. Nope. Dude was cool.
Dude strikes me as a guy who, like, drinks out of a pineapple, like a nice cocktail. Great time.
I picture him drinking out of a pitcher.
Oh, really? Just beer?
Yeah. Oh, whatever the beverage. Bring me one of them big cups. They go, Andy, you mean a pitcher? Yeah.
Could be something, could be nothing. This is NBA Central, right? They're a Twitter account. I've been retweeted by them a few times. I would say the mentions of NBA Central is a lot like hell because you just have just acid and terrible takes and the meanest stuff just spewed at you nonstop from these NBA Central trolls. But they get a lot of clicks. It's a popular Twitter account. What do they got? They got like 743,000 followers. So what they basically do is they just take everybody else's stuff and they tweet it out from their account. And it doesn't matter what the chatter is. The chatter could be the most mundane chatter, or it could be something really juicy. For example, there's some chatter. The Celtics could be interested in a deal for John Collins per Talk Hoops. Could be something, could be nothing. What do you say? There's some chatter.
He would definitely be an upgrade over the
Grant Williams
Grant Williams, right?
Plus Horford's getting old.
Horford, so you kind of fill in those two spots. But
how about this?
Go.
Could be something, could be nothing. All right. The Wizards have been willing to discuss Kyle Kuzma in trade conversations per Jake Fisher. Could be something.
Kyle Kuzma back in LA, huh?
Could be nothing.
I'll tell you what, he was really good this year.
Could be something, could be nothing. I don't know.
I don't understand why all of the young players that leave LeBron end up being pretty good and he don't have the patience.
Well, I don't know. He's got Russell Westbrook, so I guess he's happy with that.
I think Riley did that to him. I don't care about draft picks.
Let's see. Oh, Western Conference executive, according to NBA Central. Western
No
Conference
name.
executive. Nope. Western Conference executive says the most likely scenario is Russell Westbrook going back to the Thunder. Could be something, could be nothing.
How even?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, they would do it so they could be off the books.
I feel like the Thunder would be in. I feel like the Thunder fan would be into that, getting Russell Westbrook back. What are you gonna do?
They may be the only person who may be into it. The Thunder fan.
I feel like you're right. I think that's how.
I mean, hey,
nostalgia hoops, nostalgia balling.
Is he the only guy who can't demand going to a championship contender?
Russell Westbrook? No, I think he's gonna. No, I think I don't even know if he wants to go to championship contender. I think he just wants to go somewhere where he gets all the shots.
He can't make that claim, right? Because he was on one and he quit. So you can't then come out and say, I want to go to a contender. You go where you go.
It could be something, could be nothing. Phoenix has called rivals to measure Jay Crowder's value on the trade market per Jake Fisher. Could be something, could be nothing. Jake Crowder.
So they called a website? They couldn't do that themselves?
No, they didn't call Rivals the recruiting website. They called other rival GMs. Hey, what you think for Jay Crowder? Jay Crowder, first round pick, second round pick. What do you think we get for Jay Crowder?
I certainly thought you ain't getting a first round pick for Jay Crowder.
Nah, no way. No, what's he got? He's got 1 year left. I think he's got 1 year left on that deal. because they already had 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man.
Jay Crowder or PJ Tucker?
I was gonna say he's like a young PJ Tucker to me. Younger, I should say.
I like PJ Tucker better though.
You just like his antics.
I like PJ Tucker better. No, I just like him better. I like PJ Tucker more than Jay Crowder. But it is a very similar scenario. It's just PJ Tucker's a little older. They wouldn't give 3 years to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder wanted to stay.
Right.
True. Jay Crowder's 31, by the way.
Yeah. I don't
so
know.
he could sign 2 3-year deals just to catch up to.
Yeah, but you know what the thing with Jay Crowder is? Jay Crowder can get a little bit crazy with the shooting. You know, PJ Tucker knows his role.
Hey,
just
you don't
right.
have to tell Jay Crowder to shoot it.
Now Jay Crowder will shoot it.
But doesn't every team have one of those guys?
Yeah, but I don't know if you want that guy to be Jay Crowder.
But everybody has one of those guys.
PJ's just so tough.
Like remember, it used to be Deion Waiters. And let's not forget Tippy Toe 3, Antoine.
I just like PJ's. I just like PJ's build. I like Jay Crowder. Don't get me wrong. He was great for the Heat. But I like PJ Tucker, man. I like like if they lose PJ Tucker and then get Jay Crowder, I'll be all right with it.
But Jay Crowder's better, isn't he?
Better as in like, will he put up flashier numbers? Maybe,
just better.
But just a better defender, better all around player. I think I'd take PJ Tucker. I think most people would.
I don't know about that.
He's getting the same deal that Jay Crowder got at 29. He's going to get at 37.
I don't know about that.
I know about that.
I think you look at Jay Crowder and you think, hey, younger version of PJ Tucker.
Yeah, but PJ does the facilitating. PJ sets the best screens. PJ's tough for rebounding.
Crowder's got. Is that PJ Tucker that has one of the most iconic passes ever when he threw it over the back of the backboard, taking it out with last second? Or was that Jay Crowder? It was Jay Crowder. You don't remember when he side out, there was like 0.2 seconds?
Oh, the oop to Ayton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the backboard.
I like Jay Crowder. I like him.
And there's no goaltending. Huh?
I like Jay Crowder. Don't get me wrong, but PJ Tucker, dude, come on.
So let me get this straight. Because I was wondering what bothers me about this.
Hmm?
You're telling me, Brendan Tobin, you would rather have a 37-year-old basketball player than a 31-year-old basketball player who has basically the same skill set?
It's not the same skill set. I would say PJ does more stuff. Okay, first of all, and is a better defender. I would say better. Okay. Second of all, I would say that PJ Tucker, yes, while 37, he's a grizzled 37. Like his 37 doesn't hit the same as Kyle Lowry's 37. You know, like a tough steak. That's what he is. You know.
Can you explain that, please? Because
dude, like some meat you could dry and age a little bit and it's still tasty. Some it just gets a little rancid quicker. I would say with PJ Tucker, I could have a dried meat. Oh, it'd still be delicious, you know?
No, that's -1. That's just terrible analogy.
No, you can't with -1. You asked me to explain it. You can't give me a -1 for your request.
I'm explaining the original. I actually allowed you to explain it so maybe I could get a better feel and it wouldn't have been a -1. But you dug in and now you get the -1.
I'm not going to get
-1.
This is ridiculous. How am I getting -1 for his work he wanted me to do? Like it's like I'm getting -1 for extra credit.
No. The -1 is not for your explanation. The -1 is for all of the comments over this. You're crazy.
No, I'm not.
If you sign a 37-year-old over a 31-year-old with almost the same skill set.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: if I'm so off on this, why are the Phoenix Suns so eager to get rid of him? They're a championship contending team, and half the contenders want to sign PJ Tucker to a 3-year deal, which would put him in his 40s. So you tell me what says is a better player. If the team that has the guy you say is a better player, 31, wants him off the team, but half the contenders want to sign PJ Tucker, according to reports.
One is because PJ Tucker's contract has expired, or he opted out, and doesn't what's his name have another year?
He does have
Crowder.
another year.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's on a contender.
Well, if they're calling, it's not that he even wants to leave.
I didn't say that he wants to leave, but I say, like, if the team that has him with a year left on his deal wants him out, and then PJ Tucker's out here and apparently has all these suitors going after him, having 6 years of seniority over Jay Crowder, I think to me it would say PJ's a little bit better. Jay's great. Jay's good. I like Jay Crowder. Again, I don't want to disrespect 99. Boss man. Love boss man.
But
I like PJ better.
Buckle up just in case.
Buckle up for what? Him coming here?
No. You trashing him.
Who, PJ Tucker?
No. Jay
Crowder? I'm not going to trash him. What do I have to trash him for? I appreciate his time with the Miami Heat.
Okay.
Put up a lot of shots, though.
Oh, he was not shy.
He also didn't he make 7 in a game?
Yeah, but then he throw up an old 2 for 12.
Well, that's what he does. If he was more consistent with it, he'd be a starter.
Take a quick break. It's time to put on your turtleneck because we might get chilly in here for a little Goosies, No Goosies coming up next.
The Miami Heat select
Tobin and Leroy.